If you're thorough with digital fluency, then you can able to communicate with variety of devices as well as applications. If I consider human being, they're going to have the intelligence, but there is nothing but the natural intelligence. To manage that data, I required some software. There is nothing but database management system. Hello to all. A warm welcome to my introductory session on digital fluency. I'm Revati, faculty, Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram, First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. In today's session, I'm going to deal with this subject called digital fluency. So, dear student, this is the subject and it is introduced by the Mysore University, and the subject is common for all the streams. That is nothing but it is common for BCA, BBA, BCom as well as BSc student, and they can able to write the exam in the first semester or in the second semester. Now tell me, dear student, what is digital fluency and why you require digital fluency? The answer here is you know and you got the idea about your subject, but still why you want to study digital fluency. So what is digital here? Here digital is nothing but the technology, and how you are going to make use of all the technologies in the field of business or in the field of education or in the field of marketing, etc. For that reason, we are going to study digital fluency in all the streams, and it is common for all the streams. So before going to start my today's session, let's see the agenda of today's session. So at the beginning, I'm going to have the prerequisites and I'm going to have the learning outcome. Then I'm going to have the number of units comes under this subject. Along with that, I'm going to have the internal pattern as well as I'm going to have the exam pattern. So dear student, to understand this subject, you does not require any prerequisites, because most of the students are familiar with the technologies and they know how to use the technology, when to use the technology and where to use the technology. So dear student, what is the subject name? The subject name here is digital fluency. So what is digital fluency? So dear student, before going to start digital fluency, let me to consider digital literacy. So what is the meaning of the word literacy? Literacy means what? This is the capacity of the person to read and write. If I consider technology, that is nothing but digital literacy, then it's the capability of the person to use the technology and where to use the technology, when to use the technology, and how to gain the knowledge about the technology, and it is called digital literacy. So dear student, just make a difference here. Literacy is nothing but able to read and write. That is nothing but the capacity of the person to read and write. If I consider digital literacy, once again, it's the capacity of the person to use and work. That means how to use the technology, when to use the technology, where to use the technology, at the same time, how to gain the technology. That means how to gain the technological knowledge. For that reason, we are going to study digital fluency. So most of the students are familiar with all the social media, all the web browser, all the online shopping website, etc. But they are not bothered about technical operation. That means how it is going to function and who is going to function all these technology. For that reason, once again, we are going to study digital fluency. And dear student, to study this subject, we does not require any prerequisites, because we are not going to study in depth about this subject. Okay, we are going to gain the knowledge about the technology as well as terminology. That's it. Anyway, moving to learning outcome. So what is the learning outcome here? That is nothing but if I study this subject, then what I'm going to gain? That is nothing but the learning outcome. So if you study this digital fluency subject, then you can able to use and you can able to find, select and combine the information from a range of source. So what is information here? Anyway, dear student, we are going to live in the information world. So frequently we are going to get the information from social media or online site or online website. Okay, now if I study this subject properly, then I can able to find and I can able to select and I can able to use and combine different sources of information. And even if I study and understand this subject properly, then I can able to communicate through a variety of digital device. The best example for digital devices are, you can able to consider mobile, then PC, laptop, etc. Even tab, etc. So these are the digital device. And if you're thorough with digital fluency, then you can able to communicate with variety of devices as well as applications. So what is this applications? That's nothing but the use of digital devices. Then if I study this subject, then I can able to use different digital tool. Okay, I can able to use different digital tools to share the knowledge, content as well as resource. By using digital tool, I can able to share the knowledge with my friends or with my family or group of user, as well as content as well as resource. And one more learning outcome here is, if I study this subject, then I can able to help others to share the knowledge, share the resources as well as share the content. And if I study this subject, then I can able to work creatively. That means I can able to create my own applications. Even I can able to work creatively across a range of digital media. So what is digital media? Here digital media is nothing but all the social sites as well as all the Online sites are example for digital media, and multiple systems to present information effectively to a given audience. Okay, so here if I study this subject, then I can able to create my own productivity, and I can able to share the resources among digital media along with multiple system. And the last learning outcome here is that to express myself through digital media and technology. Suppose if I want to express myself through the digital media as well as technology, then I require digital fluency. So here, if we study digital fluency subject, then we are going to gain the knowledge about technology as well as technical use of technology. So this is the outcome of the subject digital fluency. That means if I study this subject properly, then I can able to present myself digitally. There's nothing but through the digital media as well as technology, then I can able to create my own work creativity, as well as I can able to share the resources among multiple user. Even I can able to communicate with multiple user, as well as I can able to get the information from many resources. So this is the outcome of digital fluency. Moving further, at the beginning, I'm going to have the first unit. So what is the unit name? That is nothing but emerging technology. So what is emerging technology? So these are the rising technology, and it's going to have scope in the future. So what are the emerging technology we are going to have here? That is nothing but IoT, artificial intelligence, big data, cloud computing, cyber security, once again machine learning, deep learning, neural science. Okay, these are the present trend. So the present trend itself called emerging technologies. So under unit 1, the first topic here it is artificial intelligence. That is nothing but AI. So AI is nothing but artificial intelligence. Along with that, we are going to study machine learning as well as deep learning. So what is artificial intelligence? If I consider human being, they are going to have the intelligence, but there is nothing but the natural intelligence. But I'm going to create a device or software or robot that mimic like a human being. That means it's going to exactly work like a human being. For that reason, I require artificial intelligence. And to design all the softwares as well as all the robots as well as all the artificial intelligence device, I required machine learning as well as deep learning. And this is the branch of artificial intelligence. If I consider, if artificial is body, then the machine learning as well as deep learning are the parts of the body. Without machine learning as well as deep learning, we cannot able to build artificial intelligence software devices as well as robotics. So dear student, if you see this image, okay, this is the example for artificial intelligence. So the best example for artificial intelligence is robotics. Suppose if I want to design robots or if I want to develop robots, or if I want to design or develop any virtual assistant or self-driving car or any automated traffic management system, then I require artificial intelligence. Along with that, I'm going to club machine learning as well as deep learning. So this is the first topic comes under overview of emerging technologies. Moving further, the second topic which comes under first unit here is database management system for data science, big data analytics. So what is data? It's nothing but the raw fact. Then what about database? It is nothing but a collection of related data. And to manage that data, I required some software. There is nothing but database management system. And where we are going to use database management system in the field of data science. So what is data science? Here we are going to have data. Along with that, we are going to use different technologies to gain the information from the raw fact. So the data science plays very important role in our day-to-day life. Along with that, we are going to study big data analytics. So what is big data? The name itself indicates that the capacity of the data is massive. That is in terms of petabyte, zettabyte or yottabyte. So here the size of the data is massive. And from where we are going to get massive amount of data? From the social media or from the calls or from the online website or from the online transaction. We are going to get massive amount of data. And to handle massive amount of data, to manage massive amount of data, I required some technology. For that reason, we are having big data analytics. So dear student, we are going to study all those things in depth in my upcoming session. Moving further, let's see the third topic which comes under unit 1. That is nothing but IoT. So what is IoT? That is nothing but Internet of Things. So I'm going to have the internet as well as I'm going to have my own things. I want to control my things. How I'm going to control all my things? Through the internet. That's itself called IoT. For example, think that I want to control all the kitchen appliances. And how I'm going to control? With the help of internet. That is itself called IoT. Along with that, I'm going to study IIoT. That's nothing but Industrial Internet of Things. That means how we are going to apply IoT in industry. That is itself called Industrial Internet of Things. So here, if I consider this picture, see, I'm going to control refrigerator, washing machine, micro oven, printer, laptop, bulb, car through the internet. And example for things are nothing but the washing machine, refrigerator, car, bulb, okay, then laptop, okay. So I want to control all these things, even hair dryer. I want to control. How I'm going to control? With the help of internet. That is itself called Internet of Things. Moving further, let's see the another very interesting topic under first unit, that is nothing but cloud computing and its service model. So dear student, what is cloud computing? So what is cloud and how the clouds are represented? So here cloud is nothing but the remote server and it is represented in the form of cloud, and it provides all the resources to the user based on the demand. For example, think that I want to buy some vegetable. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to visit vegetable shop and I'm going to inform the shopkeeper that I required 1 kg of potato or onion. So I'm going to demand. Based on that, I'm going to pay. Same concept we are going to apply here. We are going to have the remote server, and if I want to access the resource, what I'm going to do? I'm going to demand, and for that I'm going to pay the rent. That is itself called cloud computing. Along with that, we are going to study the service model. So different kinds of service model, that is nothing but infrastructure as a service or platform as a service or software as a service, etc. And if I consider this example, this is nothing but cloud computing. This is nothing but the server, and I'm going to store all the data in the server, and this is the example for remote server. Moving further, the last topic under first unit here is cyber security and type of cyber attack. So dear student, we are going to live in the digital world. So what is digital? All the transactions are happening digitally, and I want to provide the security for all the transaction which is going to happen every day. For that reason, I required some security. That is nothing but cyber security. To provide the security for all the transactions, that's digital transaction, I want to provide some security, and that is itself called cyber security. Along with that, we are going to study the type of cyber attack. That means first we are going to learn about what is attack. It may be passive attack or it may be active attack. In that we are going to discuss the types of cyber attacks. So dear student, these are the certain topic we are going to study under first unit. And what is the first unit name? That is nothing but emerging technologies. So that is nothing but the recent trend. Okay. So if I consider around 2025, we are going to live in the digital world. Now itself, we started living in the digital world. That means in the year 2014, the Modi government started Digital India. So what is this Digital India? That is nothing but provide all the services through internet or make all the service available to the user through the internet, or it's nothing but digitally. From that we started digital world. That means if I want to send any amount to my parents or my friends, then instead of visiting a bank or instead of doing manually, I'm going to follow the digital technology, because I'm going to have number of applications. Through the application, I'm going to send the money, and to send the money, I required internet connection. So I'm going to live in the digital world. Okay. So this is nothing but the cyber security. I want to provide the security. How I'm going to provide? I'm going to use some rules, some methods and some protocols, and I'm trying to lock all the services. That is itself called cyber security, and these are the topics we are going to study under our first unit. Moving further, I'm going to have the second unit. So dear student, just see here under second unit, we are just going to discuss the applications of all the emerging technologies. That is nothing but the applications of artificial intelligence. That means where this artificial intelligence being used. Along with that, we are going to study the applications of big data analytics. Along with that, we are going to study the applications of IoT. Along with that, we are going to discuss the applications of cloud computing, as well as we are going to discuss the applications of cyber security. And dear student, just make a note here that all these emerging technologies are interrelated each other. That means if I want to make use of artificial intelligence, then I required big data. Then I required IoT, then I required cloud computing as well as cyber security, and all the technologies are interrelated each other. See, this is the security system, and if I want to make use of security system, then I required camera. So here I am going to have the IoT, and if I want to access the data, once again I required cyber security. And if I want to secure my house, once again I'm going to come across IoT. That is, I'm going to control all the door locks or window locks through the IoT. And if I want to control all the ATMs, once again I'm going to have the IoT, cyber security as well as AI. That is nothing but artificial intelligence, and all these things are interlinked each other. So these are the topics we are going to study under unit 2. That is nothing but the applications of emerging technologies. Moving further, I am going to have the third unit, that is nothing but building essential communication beyond technology. Till now we were discussing about technology, how to use technology, when to make use of technology, and where to use the technology. With the technical knowledge, is it possible to survive? No. With the help of technical knowledge, I must require communication skill, I must require planning skill, I required leadership quality, I required management quality. Okay, so these are the important topic comes under unit 3. There is nothing but effective communication. That means how I'm going to communicate with my customer, or how I'm going to communicate with my colleagues. Then creative problem solving, how I'm going to manage the problem, how I'm going to solve the problem, and how I'm going to make the decision, and collaboration as well as teamwork skill. Along with that, we are going to deal with innovations as well as designing thinking, as well as to use the tools to encourage or enhance the skills. These are the certain topic we are going to study under unit 3. And if I consider this example, I required skills. What are the skills? I required ability to think. I required ability to make a decision. I required ability to plan and ability to train, and to experience I required skills as well as competence. I want to compete with other organization or other co-employer. In that time, I require competence, learning skill, knowledge gaining skill, as well as advanced training skill. These are the skills I require to survive in the market or in the organization. So these are the important topic we are going to cover under unit 3. So this is all about digital fluency. So under digital fluency, we are going to have 3 units or 3 modules. Under first module, we are going to study artificial intelligence, along with that machine learning as well as deep learning. After that, we are going to study data science as well as big data. Along with that, we are going to study IoT as well as IIoT. Then we are going to study cloud computing and cyber security. Moving to second unit, we are going to study all the applications. So we are going to study all the applications related to artificial intelligence, IoT, big data, cloud computing, as well as cyber security. So dear student, under unit 3, we are going to study essential skills. So these are the 3 modules comes under digital fluency. Moving further, I'm going to have the internal pattern. So dear student, please make a note here. We are going to conduct 3 internals and each internal carries 30 marks. And the final marks will be awarded on average of 3 internals. So it is compulsory to all the students to attend all 3 internals, and the internal question paper pattern is you're going to have one 5-mark question, then you're going to have one 10-mark question, and you're going to have one 15-mark question, and this is for 30 marks. So first internal is for 30 marks, second internals 30 marks, and third internals 30 marks. Moving further, I'm going to have the question paper pattern. So dear student, we are going to get the theory paper only for 25 marks. I repeat, we are going to get the theory question only for 25 marks. Then what about another 25 marks? It is the practical section. So dear student, if I consider digital fluency, you must have theory knowledge as well as practical knowledge. So this complete subject carries 50 marks. And these 50 marks are divided into 2 sections, that is theory section as well as practical section. And we are going to get 25 marks, and here also we are going to get 25 marks. That means I'm going to write the theory exam only for 25 marks, and I'm going to write the practical exam for 25 marks. So total it is 50 marks. And the question paper pattern here is you're going to have part A, part B, and part C. Under part A, you're going to get 1 mark 5 questions. So 1 mark 5 question, 1 into 5 it is 5. And you're going to get 2 questions and it carries 5 marks. So 2 into 5 it is 10 mark. And you're going to get 1 10-mark question and it is 10 mark. So total 25 marks your theory paper. Moving further, you may ask me where I'm going to get all the study materials and which book I want to refer to clear this subject. For that, dear student, this subject is introduced by the NASCOM to get the technical knowledge or technological knowledge. As they mentioned, you want to refer or you want to visit NASCOM website to get the information, or you can able to use future skill prime application software. Take your mobile, go to Play Store and type Future Skill Prime. So this is the application name. Please download the application to your mobile phone, then register. What is the first step? You need to register. After registering, log in through user ID and password. Then you're going to get the content about this subject. So here you want to select the digital 101. This is the course name. First, you want to visit or you want to log into Future Skill Prime app. In that, you want to search Digital 101. So, what is this Digital 101? This is the course name. Under this course name, we are going to get all the study materials. That is nothing but for module 1, we are going to have the videos as well as notes. And for module 2, once again, we are going to have the videos as well as notes. For module 3, once again, we are going to get notes as well as videos. So here they have mentioned that is Future Skills Prime app. And we are going to get all the study materials under this application software. And you want to download the software, install the software, log in through your email ID and password and get and make use of all the videos and all the notes. So this is all about my introduction class, and this is the subject which is common for all the streams. So dear student, in my today's introductory session, you got information about what is digital fluency and which are the unit or module we are going to get under digital fluency, and what is the question paper pattern and what is the internal pattern, as well as you came to know which website or which application you want to refer to study this subject. Thank you for watching my session. Let's meet in the next session with some more information about digital fluency. Until then, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.